FY24 for us was an amazing year. I think when it comes to growth, as you introduced us, we are the world's fastest growing airline. And you would expect for the world's fastest growing airline growth not to be in double digits, but triple digits. And that's the way FY24 was for us. We had a triple digit growth. But what was even more rewarding was the fact that we were the nation's #1 on-time carrier in that 12-month period. And so to have triple-digit growth with that kind of reliability just speaks to the 4,000 plus members of Akasa that work very hard to make this happen. You've been around for a long time. You don't get growth and reliability often in the same context. During FY24, we were also able to establish our brand. People have associated good food with us. People have associated kindness with Akasa, in addition to reliability. And these are just words that we love hearing. So FY24 was an amazing year. I think, like most of the speakers before me, FY24 and beyond is super exciting. Right? There's growth. I think, in fact, for the next 10 years, there's going to be growth, which is good for airlines, it's good for consumers, it's good for employees of airlines and the entire aviation ecosystem. Just lots of excitement. There's lots of growth. In addition to growth, Akasa will continue to be India's most reliable airline. I think we will build on, we'll build on our sort of ethos of service excellence. We'll continue to experiment with the wonders of Indian cuisine. We have lots of regional specials, and I think we'll continue to showcase our amazing employees. There again is no allocation between let's say a tier 1 route or a tier 2 route or a route which has X competition or Y competition or Z competition. A lot of this depends on where we're getting slots. A lot of this depends on where we think we've got profit opportunities. So, we are not wedded to a network design. We're wedded to profitable growth, right? And so historically, that profitable growth for us, we believe, comes from metros to tier 1, 2, and 3 flying, as opposed to loading up on the metro to metro flying. And for the moment, that strategy continues to play out, which is why you see the Mumbai to Srinagar and Ayodhya's and Gwalior's and Mumbai Prayagraj and Gorakhpur's versus seeing the 8th flight on Mumbai Delhi. That strategy continues to play out, but we change that strategy in a heartbeat if we find opportunities somewhere else. So for the moment, that's continuing to play out. I think, with 1.4x billion people, with your forecast and the number of planes that are flying today, 580 some, the ratio of people to planes flying in India is just, mind-bogglingly low. And that means there is a huge amount of under-penetration no matter where you look, which is why we're so happy about the future, right? And, Aditya's on next, and you can speak, or maybe not next, but soon thereafter, and he'll, is a world of knowledge and can talk about, the future of Indian aviation. How do we get at these? We get at these by having good people that are willing to listen. So we've got a field sales team that is constantly in touch with travel agents. Travel agents have a pulse of their local markets. That's how we started Gorakhpur. That's how we started Prayagraj, right? We're missing, as MIDT data. We're missing, other kinds of data to be able to forecast Prayagraj and Gorakhpur. But if you have, a professional team of people broadly and across, not one or two, but hundreds of them, thousands of them, and you have the humility to listen to what your partners are telling you, that's how you get to discover some of these gems. I don't think there is this sea change in consumers' wants and desires pre-COVID and post-COVID, at least not that I have. Maybe I'm not smart enough or perceptive enough. I think pre-COVID they wanted reliability, post-COVID they want reliability. Pre-COVID they wanted, kindness and empathy. In service, post-COVID, they want kindness and empathy. You're absolutely right. Pre-COVID, they wanted good food. Post-COVID, they want good food as well. Yeah. Sometimes it's just not available, right? And that's where Akasa has come in. We've got a Pongal special. We've got a Diwali special. We do an Easter special. So we have fun with the food we offer. Because for us, we think it's important. We think it's important for the Indian consumer and has been important. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to offer good food. And our view is the food that we offer is actually better than the veg, non-veg single choice that you get. You're much more in command, which is why we look at ourselves as the service carrier in India. Right? We don't look at ourselves in any other way but the carrier that provides the finest service in India. And food is an integral part of what we do. We're happy to be a 200 aircraft airline that is relevant for the consumers that fly on this 200 aircraft airline. And so we're not looking to rule the world. We're looking to run a great airline, have a very happy set of employees, have a very happy set of investors, financially strong, with super, happy employees. And if that means 200, that's great. If that means 500, that's great. So first, we have no specific ambitions of relevance or strategy that's associated with a particular type of size. And history has shown across the world that you can be a 8, 10, 12% player, make lots of money and have very happy consumers. So that's our mindset. In terms of how we get to that place, I think consumers, love choices. Consumers love airlines that get them from one place to the other on time. Consumers love food. Consumers like, being treated with kindness and respect. And as long as we focus on service excellence, as long as we have a highly competitive cost structure, we're just fine. And again, a big piece of that is because we're in India. And because we're in India, we don't need one carrier to fail for another to succeed. Right? So we don't need anything to happen to the other airlines. We wish them all luck and we hope they're all successful. Genuinely. Because there's just enough growth in India for us to be successful while they're being successful. Right? It's not a zero-sum. People here may be surprised, but we have stopped hiring pilots. I just want to let that sink in for a while. We've got plenty of pilots today for our current fleet, and we've got plenty of pilots for our growth. We're focused on training. We're focused on the growth of their careers. We're focused on giving them a set of basis and flying conditions that continue to improve. We're focused on building their skills. So with good planning, my thought is there should be no issues related to skilled labor, skilled resources in India, because India is the, is the center that builds skilled labor for the world. And by the way, I say this knowing that there are probably 3,000 to 5,000 pilots in India, young pilots that have got their commercial licenses that are unemployed. So we've got enough pilots in India for not just Akasa, but for every airline in India for the hundreds of planes that we're getting. So this is not an issue. We just need to plan right, and we need to plan a gestation period of a highly skilled pilot for multiple years. And that's what we're fopfocused on, Kapil. We're focused on, on that longer term planning.